Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today, currently in my garage, we're looking at the back of my car because I have another mod. And this mod is actually a gurney flap, the Subispeed Gurney Flap. And this gurney flap is going to sit on the rear trunk lip spoiler. So here I have the gurney flap. You see this is a little Subispeed logo on it. Not gonna lie, kind of wish it was just plain black, but you know, whatever. So the way this goes on is in the back you have this double-sided automotive tape, like 3M tape. So this tape is like super strong, and then once you mount it to the car, it shouldn't come off. So here I just have, you know, the packaging. So I have here the gurney flap itself. Got some instructions, and I already cut this out. There's a little template that they give you. You cut it out, and this template basically goes on the back of the car, right on the Subaru logo, so you see on the top. And then this line here, that just tells you know what the center is. So basically, you line up the gurney flap. Where is it? Right here. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a little notch right where my thumb is, my nail. There's a little notch right there. So basically you line up that notch with the line on the template, and that's when you know that the gurney flap is centered. So here we just have the instructions. So basically the first thing you want to do is you're going to clean your spoiler up. You know, get a microfiber towel, get some water, make sure it's nice and clean. Once you do that, you're going to use this 3M adhesion promoter. So you know, wipe the spoiler with this. This makes sure, this will help so that the tape bonds, you know, really well. And then also, once you have this installed, you want to make sure that you don't drive the car around for like at least, I would say, 24 hours. I don't know if it says it on here. Oh yeah. So it says right down here. I don't know if you can see it, but it says note. Full cure time for 3M tape is 24 hours. Do not wash or drive the vehicle during this time. So, I'm actually going to be going away this week for work, so my car is just going to sit for a whole week. So, you know, a week is more than 24 hours, so it should be fine by the time I come back. That, you know, that little gurney flap should be on there really well. And like even on Subispeed's video, if you go to see it, like when they install it, they literally pull the car. It's in neutral. But they literally pull the car by the gurney flap. So that's how strong that 3M tape is. So, alright, I'm gonna go set this up right behind the car, and then you guys can watch me put this on. And it's pretty easy, you'll see. The biggest thing is just make sure you align it right, because if this is crooked once you put it on, it's gonna be extremely difficult to try to adjust. That 3M tape is freaking strong. So yeah, just make sure you, before you rip off the tape, that you know exactly where you want it. So I'm going to use masking tape to attach the template. Notice that it's a little bit bigger than I thought it needed to be, but whatever. I already pre-cut it. Okay. I guess the biggest thing is make sure that this little line is centered with the badge. Because if your line is off, you're gonna try aligning your gurney flap, and then that's off, and then you're just not gonna have a good time. Okay. Alright. So I think that that's good, because if I go all the way up, then I won't be able to actually, you know, put the gurney flap on. And then to see if it's, I see it's kind of slightly angled, so I'm going to just peel off some tape. readjust a little bit. Also, you don't have to worry about the tape damaging the paint. Masking tape or painter's tape is actually really good for that. Okay, I think that's pretty center. Alright, I'm gonna get the gurney flap and start mocking it up. I already washed the car today, but I'm just gonna go back over the spoiler, make sure it's nice and clean. So I just have a bottle of water, microfiber towel. I'm just gonna wet the towel and then wipe the spoiler. In the instructions, it says wipe the second tier of the spoiler, and they show like a little picture with an arrow on it. So if you look at the spoiler, you know, not the top part, but the far back part, you have this section here, but then you also have another section right below it. So it looks like that second section, that is where the gurney flap will actually mount. So not on the perpendicular part, but like right below it. And then let me see if I can show you guys what I mean. So let me see, can you guys see? Okay, so you see this part here? This flat part? You're not going to be mounting it there. You're going to be mounting on this part here. If you can see it. Alright guys, so I cut a little bit of the paper just so that when I put this flap on, I can see the line, because the paper itself is kind of long and it covers over where the gurney flap would go. So right now I'm just going to use the supplied 3M promoter, adhesion promoter. Well, since I have a black car, it's kind of hard to see where the mounting surface is, but on your guys' car, if you have another color, it should be a lot easier to see. This stuff's a little sticky. I'm assuming that's the point. Guys, here we have the gurney flap. I know I have a black car, so it's kind of hard to tell, but it definitely makes it look a little bit more aggressive, as you can see. I'm going to pivot the camera. It's pretty good. And then from the back, I'm going to try to pivot you guys upwards. So overall, I think it looks pretty good. I tried to get it as even as possible. It's definitely centered. Get you guys down. So it's definitely centered because the paper, the marking lined up perfectly.
I was so nervous though, like after I placed the middle part, because with this thing you pretty much have like one shot at mounting it. If you mess up, I mean, you're kind of screwed, because this 3M tape is like ridiculously strong. Having two people really helps with this. And then just remember when you place it to apply pressure all along for like, you know, 30 seconds or so, because that is what makes it so that it really bonds. If you like this video, you know, give it a thumbs up.